Hello everyone, here we go. My name is Linda Dolke, for those of you who don't know me. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! In Australia. Today is May 29th and welcome to this month's Craft Along event. So what's Craft Along? It's basically where I make a card, I show you how to do it step by step and you craft along with me. Now some people choose to craft along and other people watch and then maybe come back and watch the replay and make it again on the second watching. So I know it can be a lot because some people just like to sit and watch and be part of the comments. If you are new with us, please say hello in the comments so we can welcome you. We have a fantastic group of crafters here, and I'm just so proud of our little community. So if you haven't ever said hello, please say hi because they're a really great group and they will welcome you. Hello, Judy. How are you? Lani's here. Hello, Kerry. Hello, Michelle. Who else have we got? We've got Leslie. Hi, Leslie. How are you going? Marilyn is here. Hello, Marilyn. Sheila, I've already said hello. I said hello to some of the girls early in the comments because I was actually kind of just getting set up here and adding to the comment section every now and then. We almost had a special guest, but he has just gone. He was hanging around here, my orange friend. He was hanging around for some time, and I thought he was actually going to come and say hello, but you never know. He might come back because he does that sometimes. He usually shows up when he's not wanted. That's what he does. So it's very, very quiet in my craft room. There's no little happy chirps coming from the corner, and I am so sad. For those of you who missed that news, we lost Cookie last weekend, and we will miss him very much. I will miss him very much because I'm so used to him happy chirping just, in the background all the time. If I walk into the room, he would chirp. When I leave at night time, I'd say, "Good night, Cookie," and he'd chirp, and now it's silence, and I don't like it. How was my crafting session yesterday? Great. Thank you, Donna, for asking. Would you like to see the cards we made before we get started today? I can show you because I've got them right here, actually. Let me just put them in the right order. There we go. Anyone would like to see those? I know, Donna. It's so sad. Thanks, Janine. I had him since 1998. He lived with me for, it would have been almost 27 years. And so that's a really long time to have someone as your constant companion. And he'd been with me through multiple house moves and before children and all sorts of things. And so he was pretty, I just thought he'd always be there. I know that's really silly. I knew he was coming to the end because they lived between 25 and 30 years. And he was right on time, really, right in the middle of that. So you would like to see them, Sheila? Great. Okay, that's good to hear. Oh, I know. I'm missing him very much. Ah, yes. Thank you so much. Thanks, Susan. How are you? How are you going? Hi, Jen. Nice to see you. All right, let me show you. These are the cards we made yesterday. Now, the first one was actually inspired by one of my swaps. Remember I showed you my swaps when I first got back last week from the trip? And this was the swap made by Natalie Travis. She made this one. And I loved it because it's all the new in colours together in one place. And I thought, well, that's a really nice way to show them. So that card inspired me, and this is my version. Okay, so you can kind of see I was inspired to use the leaf and the colours in stripes, but I did mine on a diagonal and just changed it up a bit. So I think they're both nice cards. I really loved Natalie's card for the inspiration, but that was the first card that we made yesterday because I was trying to introduce my ladies here in the studio to the new colours so they see what they look like. All right, so that was the first one. I know, me too, Sheila. I was so glad. And because I had actually said to Anne, well, I had said to Ben, because Ben was looking after the house when we left, and he was here for a few days, and then Anne, my stepmom, came in and took over from Ben when Ben had to go back to Port Macquarie. And I had said to Ben, if something happens to Cookie while we're gone, because we knew he was really slowing down. Sorry, an elephant? I don't understand, Susan. Sorry, what's an elephant got to do with anything? I'm totally confused. Did I miss something? I must have missed something. Thank you. I like the diagonal stripes too. Oh, he's back. He may come and join us. If he does, I'm not going to stop him. I'm going to let him say hello. This little orange friend of mine. All right. Okay, this is the second card. So this one I use the Sunrise Sailing set. For anyone who likes the Sunrise Sailing set, if you have this set, then you might like to join us tomorrow because we've got a Zoom class with this set tomorrow. I'm making 3 cards with this set in the Zoom class. And if you are interested, you can go over to my blog. I'm going to give you the address of the blog, put it up on the screen. Where are we? Yeah, there we go. Go there, lookwatimade.com.au, and go back a couple of posts and you will see a post about the Zoom class. Okay, and all the information you need to know is there. It's $15 to do the class. Unless you're in my team, you get it for free. And also, if you have purchased the bundle through me, it's my thank you to say thanks for shopping with me, and the class is free then too. All right, so 3 ways to get it. Buy the bundle from me. It's $88 for the dies, the stamps, and the embossing folder, so it's a really good price. And you can get it that way, or you can be part of the team, or you can purchase the class for $15. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to take that back off the screen like so. And that was the second card we made. The hard thing is at the moment we have so many products. We just have so much. It's really hard to decide what to use, and there's no way you can use everything because there's just too much, right? So this was the third card, this one, and you might recognize this one's a little bit like my swap card that I made. Remember the swap card I made a couple of weeks ago? I put this up on a video for you guys. I did this one in pinks, and then I did a little bit similar but different. It is different. It's quite different actually when you look at it closely. But I did that one in Pool Party, and shades of, so the colouring is Pretty Peacock, Pool Party, and a little bit of Mossy Meadow on the leaves. So that's how those showed up. Excuse me. I've still got a bit of a cough, as you can tell. Sorry. Gets me every now and then. So that's what we did yesterday, for those of you who are wondering about. And thanks for asking Donna about how it went. Went really great, actually. I offer when I have classes in the studio, I charge a price to do the class, but there's always I say to people, if you're placing an order today, any order over a certain amount will get you your class for free, and nobody actually paid for the class yesterday, so that tells you that it was a very successful class. So that's good. I would much rather orders than class fees. That's what keeps puts the food on the table at night. It's the orders. So yeah, that's how it goes. All right, I'm glad you like them. Hey Maggie, nice to have you with us. Oh, so yeah, what time is it? Is it very late at night? You said before bedtime. What time is it there? Look at Janine's post. Okay, let me go back. Janine. Right, now I understand. Now I understand the meaning of the elephant comment. Yes, we wouldn't, and you'd have to decide where you're going to keep an elephant as well, not only the length of their life. That's why my husband actually asked me, should we get another? He said, would you like to get another bird? And I thought about that because they live such a long time. I don't know that having another bird, especially with the cats, having another bird probably isn't going to be the best approach. And so then he asked, did I want another cat? That's tempting. Ah, dear. So, yeah, pets are wonderful. We love them. But the sad thing is you have to say goodbye at some point. Oh, no, that's fine. I didn't think you were being rude. I knew it must have come from a comment that I'd missed, and I had. So there you go. Hey, Tanya, nice to see you. Oh, thank you so much. All right. Yes, we do need the cats, and the cats are amazing. They're such good company. I'm so grateful to have them. And Crumpet is 5 now. We got him in the end of 2020. So, like partially through the COVID thingy. We got Cookie. So we got Crumpet, but we already had Merlot, and Merlot is 5 years older than Crumpet. And so we've had Crumpet for 5 years. So Merlot is 10 this year. He'll be 10 in October. So they grow. They grow and they get old. It's a bit sad, really. I just want to stop them. Stop aging. Just stay the age you are right now. Wouldn't that be nice if we could do that? Yes, parakeets and budgies are shorter lived, but the bigger the parrot, the longer they live in most cases. The white sulfur crested cockatoos that we have a lot of around here, they can live up to 100 years. In fact, Courtney, my friend Courtney, has one that we don't know how old he is, but he's really old. His name's Roy. Okay. Hey, Susan from Nevada. Nice to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's get into this card. I'm going to show you, first of all, this is the supply packs that those of you who ordered with me last month would have received. I sent them out. Most of them went out at the end of last week, and I sent them priority. I sent all the ones that had to go further away on Friday, and then I had just a few left over to send that were like close by. I sent those on Monday, sent those priority. So everyone should have them by now. If you don't have them by now, that's an Australia Post problem, but I'm hoping that everyone has them. So is there anyone watching today who has their supply pack ready to go? I'm just wondering about that. This is the card that we're making today. Okay, so I've got a couple of different versions of this and I will show them to you. So we're using the beautiful, it's called Beautiful Gallery Suite. I was going to say the beautiful gallery suite, but let's say the gorgeous beautiful gallery suite. That sounds better, doesn't it? The sound is good for you, Kathleen. So who is it not good for? Ah, Maggie. No, sounds like it might just be a you problem, Maggie, and I don't know why. There's maybe something wrong with the speaker on your computer, or maybe try refreshing, log out, log back in. But you can't hear me probably, so why am I telling you this? So you're crafting with me, Elaine. That's great. Great to hear. All right, so this is how it's going to look, okay? And I'm going to step you through. And then when you open it up, it's a fun fold. When you open it up, it has the beautiful scene inside. I've got a couple of different versions. Give me a second while so this one here, and you can see I've got my greeting here. You can put a greeting here on the inside if you want to, or you can, here he is. Crumpet, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, we're going to sit right here. Is that what we're doing? That seems to be the way of it, right? You got yours yesterday. Australia Post came for you. Well, I sent yours on Friday because I knew yours had to go in the first batch that I sent, Sharon. So come on, Crumpy. You might need to go, darling, because people can't see me and they have no idea what I'm doing. Give me a second. Unceremoniously dump him over there. All right, so you can see how this looks. Okay, yeah, Crumpet wanted to say hi. Yeah, I made sure he's back. Crumpet, darling. I think we may have to shut you out of here if you're going to keep coming in. Oh, what are you doing? He wants to lick my fingers. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Crumpy, darling, get down, honey. Come on, off you go. You're gonna be a pain today, aren't you? I'm so sorry, everyone. Sitting on my lap. He never stays on my lap. He doesn't. I don't know why, but my lap does not suit him. He likes. I try and get him to sit on my lap, but he won't. And he won't do it. Oh, he's going to sit right here for now. All right, that's okay. We can start. He wants mum time. Yes, but he hasn't wanted mum time all day until like just before this video went live, and now that the video is on. All right, so has everyone got their packs? Let's pull out what's in your packs. I'm going to switch over to the phone, but to do that, I'm going to have to get rid of this guy. Sorry. Sit down there, please. All right, let's try and see what we can do here. All right, so you can see this one's a little bit different. So the one that everyone's got the pieces for, the pieces are going to come together like this. It's a black frame, okay, and a gold leaf, okay. Hey, Sophia, nice to have you with us. I know, it is just like toddlers. How do they know? I don't know. They just do, right? So this is the pieces that you've got. There's a black frame and gold leaf. This is a different version where I've got the gold frame and a black leaf. Okay, so you can have different ideas for how this should work. But the pieces that are in your bag is a black frame and a gold leaf. Okay, so also you might notice that I remade this one. This is see how the size of the card is different. This is US sizing. Okay, so US size cards are a bit shorter and a bit fatter than ours. Okay, and the metric cards are a bit taller, a little bit narrower. So it's a different size cardstock that we're working with, depending on whether you're doing, you know, metric or imperial. So now I have actually prepared a tutorial for this card, like a written tutorial. And that should be up on my blog within an hour or so of this video being live. Now I'm just going to go over there and make sure that everything is set up properly. Okay. All right, so this one's a bit different. I used a copper frame and I put a scene in there and put a couple of black pieces from the set. Now, if you're wondering what set this is, it's called Gallery Blooms, okay? And Gallery Blooms is the set that I used. That's these. And you can see this flower is this one right here. And I've done so many different versions of this card now. I feel like I'm I don't know, I can nearly make these cards with my eyes closed, I think. Probably. All right, so in here we have a frame. Now this frame, let me quickly go back and make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. This frame here, it's nice to see the two sizes. Yeah, it is, Judy, and they are quite different. And that is why it's very difficult to convert from metric to imperial, because we're actually working with different size pieces of paper. So the 8.5 by 5.5 size, that is the imperial sizing for letter size cardstock, that is the card size. And in centimeters, that is 21 centimeters by 14.8, but it's actually a different size. So let me grab one out so I can show you. All right. Right. So this here, this size right here, that's the size for making sure I have got the right one that we're talking about. This is metric sizing. Okay. And then the US sizing, see if I can do that. The US sizing is, see how much, so it's that 1/4 inch less wide there, and it's a bit shorter too. So it's about 1/4 inch. It's about 1/4 inch shorter and 1/4 oh goodness me. Crumpet, darling, what is going on today? What is going on, baby? I don't know. Don't know what's his problem. Okay. Let me very quickly, I'm just going to clean up for a second. All right, that's better. I think he left a mess on his way here. What's going on, baby? I don't know what's the problem, but there's something not quite right with him right this second. Never mind. All right. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get all our pieces out, okay, and we're going to start. Now, obviously the pieces I've sent out are in metric, and I really, oh gosh, what's up, baby? What is wrong, darling? Might have to shut him out. Yeah, it doesn't fit really well in the cardstock. That's correct, Janine. It's and so we need to keep them. That's okay. In fact, Susan and I have talked about that, Sheila. We've talked about the fact that maybe I should take some of her fun fold cards and actually metricicize them. I don't think that's a word, but make them up in metric, and then so that, you know, it's still the same instructions. But we've thought about maybe doing something like that, some sort of collaboration where, you know, I take some of her cards and vice versa. And maybe, I don't think so. I mean, the only thing Crumpet was ever interested in with Cookie was, he wants to come up again. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to shut him out. Give me 1 second. I'm taking him out. Come on, buddy. There you go. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Normally, it's nice if he pops his head in once or twice, but when he just won't go away, and now he's going to stand at the door and cry probably, and that's going to make me feel really, really bad. All right, this color is basic beige. Okay, so cardstock is actually about 1/8 of an inch less in width than the Imperial. Well, it's 8 1/4 is roughly what ours is, and is that right? I think I have got that right. So ours is 21 centimeters wide, okay, which is 8 1/4. Okay, so that's, and theirs is 8 1/2. So it's a quarter of an inch different in this width. Okay, and then the other direction, 5 1/2 is 14 centimeters, and our paper is 14.8. So it's actually a bit more than that, Helen. A little bit more. You have trouble converting? Look, everyone does. And I'm thinking that's probably a really good thing. Oh, the 11. Yeah, I'm thinking about when it's in half, Judy. I'm thinking about the card size. I know. I'm so sorry. I have to shut him out because otherwise he's just going to keep interrupting. All right. So this is the basic beige piece, and we're going to take this as a half a sheet of A4, and we're going to fold that in half. If you've got letter, half a sheet of letter does the same job. Okay, so I'm just going to use a bone folder to flatten that down, and let's get started with this. All right, now your other pieces. We've got a piece of black. This is 4 centimeters by 14.3. If you're using it in Imperial, it's going to be 4 in. Did I say 4 centimeters? No, it should be 10 centimeters if I said the wrong thing. 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, is the measurement for this. So I'm actually just going to pull up. I've got the measurements written out. So if I do say the wrong thing, it'll pick me up. Then we have a mossy meadow piece that fits inside that. So if you're using metric, it's going to be 9 1/2 by 13.8. Okay. Now I have already embossed this. If you need to emboss this now because you're doing it from scratch, you will need to run it through. You could use any embossing folder, but what's important to note about this is that I'm using here two-tone cardstock. Okay, does everyone understand what I'm talking about when I say two-tone cardstock? So two-tone cardstock is something we now have available in every single Stampin' Up! Color, okay, which is fantastic. And what I have done is I have embossed this. I have done it with the darker side facing up. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, no, actually, is that the darker? No, it's the lighter side. So you can choose which side you want to have, whether you want to have the darker or the lighter. I have used the lighter side. My apologies for saying that wrong. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a sanding block. Now, if you don't have a sanding block, if you don't have one, you could use an emery board or a nail file even. This is just a sanding block from the local hardware store, and it cost $1 or something, very, very reasonable. And these are the ones that Stampin' Up! Used to sell years ago, where you actually had the sanding sheets that actually Velcroed on. I really loved these, and I was thinking now that we've got two-tone cardstock, they should bring them back. What do you think? We should all tell them we need these. I think they're fantastic. So you want it to be as fine a grade sandpaper, like if you're using an emery board or one of these kind of like these nail things, you can do this, but it is a bit harder, but it will work. Look, can you see it's going? I was able to pick up and just get some action happening just with that little bit of my emery board there. But I find it actually probably works better if you pick it up in your fingers and just go over it gently. If you're using a sanding block, I find just a gentle sand in one direction, or you can go round and round, but I personally think you get a bit more control out of it if you go over the raised pieces. So can you see what's happening here? You can see I've just done this bit and we've got that lovely white detail. You have one of those old blocks? I know, they're fantastic. If you have one of these, hang on to it because it's so good for this kind of stuff. And now that we have two-tone cardstock, this is just such a great way to use it, okay? But you can use sandpaper. Just make sure it's very fine grade and be gentle. If you are too rough with your paper, this two-tone cardstock is significantly thinner than the regular cardstock that we have. So if you're too rough with it, you will rip the paper. So I'm just going over it until I'm happy. As soon as you're happy with the amount of white that is showing through, stop. Okay, you don't want to overdo it and potentially rip your paper. That's good enough. Doesn't that look great? And it kind of gives you a kind of a flopped kind of a feel to it. Looks really good. I'm just having a little look. That's a good idea, Kerry. And you know what? That's actually what I did today when I was making up a template as well, just to have it in the new. So this is in the old size. Sorry, in imperial size. I don't know if anyone, I thought I would be sneaky, and I'm just going to fess up what I've done. I keep a stack of old retired cardstock for doing up templates in US sizing. Okay, I know it does look heat embossed. Isn't it great? It's such a good look. You are correct. Are all the colours of cardstock in two-tone? They sure are, Donna. In fact, they've actually put it in our catalogue. Let me just quickly find it for you because it's such a nice... Here it is. Two-tone cardstock. All right, so page 76 and 77. Look at all the colours, okay? And you've got the light and the dark of each one, okay? So I believe all the colours now. I don't know about the in colours. Does anyone? Oh, yeah, look, Darling Duckling, that's an in colour. Cloud cover, yep. Secret Sea, yep. So all the colours. Isn't that cool? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What's 18 times 3? Janine, you've got a mathematical mind. I need a calculator for that kind of thing. 18 times 3, quickly using my calculator, is 54. Okay, less 1, 53. So we have 50 colors, plus we also have basic beige is not in there, basic black is not in there, and very vanilla. So that's the 53 colors. All the colors are represented in the two-tone cardstock. Okay. Yep. You girls are smarter than me if you can come up with that in your heads, because I'm not very good at that. So, yeah, that's a great thing to have, Kerry, a whole tub of templates. I used to keep a lot of templates. I don't as much as I used to. But the nice thing about the two-tone cardstock, and it tells you right here, it's two-sided, the dark and the light. You can use it in different ways. But the other cool thing about it is it has a white core. And that's why when you sand it back, you get this effect, okay? It has a white core in the middle, so when you sand it back, it exposes that white core, and that's why you get such a lovely look. All right, does that make sense? Oh, I knew you would know, Janine. So there you go. All right, so this is going to get matted onto our piece of black, just like that. And we can go ahead and do that straight away. So let's use some Tombow or whatever glue you happen to like. Use seal, or you can use tape, whatever you want. And we're going to zip that all over the back there, and I'm going to pop it down. Now, someone did ask me yesterday, does it matter which way the damask? This is the damask embossing folder, if you're wondering what one I'm using. So this is a new set. So have a quick look at this. This is in the Beautiful Gallery Suite, which is not too far into the book. Let me quickly, here it is. Is that it? No, no, no. Just a second, nearly there. Here we go. All right. So there's the damask embossing folder. It is part of the Beautiful Gallery Suite collection. Okay, when we say suite, we mean everything that is associated with a particular collection. Okay, so this is called Beautiful Gallery. Okay, and the suite collection includes the Beautiful Motif stamp set and matching dies, the Gallery Bloom stamp set and matching dies, the damask embossing folder, the the pressed flower motifs, the basic beige classic ribbon, and the gorgeous Beautiful Gallery paper. Okay, 6x6 paper. This is stunning. So all of this stuff makes up the suite. Now, it's worth me mentioning, okay, that Stampin' Up! Have literally just today, or I only saw it today, announced that from next month, I think it's the 3rd of June, I believe that's correct. Let me double check. Is it the 3rd of June? They're doing a suite sale, okay? And if you're thinking, what the heck is that? The suite sale is pretty exciting because I'm just going to pull it up so I can make sure I'm giving you the right information. Give me a second. I just heard my phone make a noise. Is everything okay with my stream? I hope it is. Is it still working? Can you guys see it? Yeah, the sale coming up. I know, Judy. It's really pretty fantastic. So I'm not able to see it at the moment, but I think I accidentally clicked the wrong button and got rid of it. But basically, if you are looking at any suites, like the whole thing, and this is a big suite, so this is a more expensive suite, okay? The second suite that you order will be half price, okay? So the more expensive one will be the one that's full price, and then the one that's either the same price or lesser will be 50% off, okay? So that's pretty exciting. So an example of a suite, the Boho Vibe Suite collection would be everything in this suite. It's $112 and it consists of the dies, the stamps, and the dots. Okay, so that's a smaller suite. That's why it's only $112.25. That could be part of the suite. So any of the suites that are currently available will be included in the sale. So if you've got your eye on a couple of suites, means you better buy one, get one half price, which is a really cool deal. Okay, does that make sense? Oh, no, not exciting. You didn't know, and neither did I. Otherwise, I would have told you. I'm so sorry, Sheila. I hate it when that happens. It's like you go and buy, go into your favorite dress store and they, you buy a dress you really like and the following week they're having a sale. It's always so disappointing. But unfortunately, there's not usually anything we can do about it. I am so sorry that happened, though. All right. So this piece is going to go on here. Now we're up to this piece here. All right. Actually, we're not up to this piece yet. The next thing I did was I've got a little panel here. This is also from the Beautiful Gallery papers. Okay. And I wanted these lovely, a lot of them look like, let me pull them out. This is just a portion, what I've got left of this particular one. They're absolutely gorgeous, right? These papers are so beautiful. But I picked out some papers that I thought would look really, really good behind the leaf on the front of your card. Okay, so can you see there? I've got like that lovely light coloring behind the leaf to make the leaf stand out. Okay, it's sweet product. Oh, is it? I need to read up the special better. By Friday night, I will have a better handle on exactly what's in the sale. But my understanding was it was sweets. So you're thinking it's sweet products as well, Tanya? Looks like we're all going to have to go and explore a bit. Okay, this is going to go underneath my frame. Okay, and I've cut it to 5 centimeters by 9 centimeters. Okay, and the reason why is that so that it is perfectly covered by the frame. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this in the center of my frame. Okay, of my my piece here, and I'm actually going to glue this straight down. So I'm grabbing some glue. I'm trying to go slowly, so if people are cutting up or wanting to, be part of this and need the extra time to emboss or do other things, that you can do that while I'm chatting and talking and all those things. That's how you interpreted it? Well, then I will need to go and have a look again because that's not how I interpreted it, but I've got to say I haven't had a really good look. Okay, so now this frame is going to go over this so that that's in the center. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. And you can use any dimensionals you like, but when we're using black like this, I'm a big fan of black dimensionals. These ones have seen better days. Look, they got all smudged up with some inks I was using, but that's okay. I'm just going to put one in each corner. You don't have to use the black ones. Any dimensionals will be fine. So long as you're hiding them well, then it doesn't really matter what color they are. If you want to have something on the long strips to stop it from sagging, you can also do that. So I'm going to put those on there as well. All right. And so I've got myself 6 on there. So whether you had 4 or 6 is up to you. You just looked online, Tanya. That's good to know. I'm going to have to go off and find it at the end of this video and have a proper read because all I've done is glance at it so far. I know they sent us an email this morning about it. So there you go. Helen's saying the same thing as you, Tanya, and Janine agrees. So it sounds like you guys know what you're talking about. All right, so I'm just going to line this up so it's centered and push it down. Now I've got my frame, and this bit of painted background from the paper, I just think that's Such a nice background. Now I'm going to be using my leaf, okay, and the leaf is going to go kind of diagonally from, you know, this left-hand corner down the bottom up to the top right-hand corner. If you have, when you get your leaves, just make sure all the pieces have been pushed out. So there's, you know, there might be still a couple of pieces stuck in there, so just check it to make sure they're all pushed out. You can use your take your pick tool to push any pieces out that need some help. All right, and you can decide how you want to glue this. Now, because it's quite a delicate leaf, and this leaf is from the Beautiful Motifs dies, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm just wondering, do I have those handy to show you? I really should be showing you, because this is the stamp set that matches, and you're probably thinking, well, that's got nothing to do with the leaf. They're more of a, what I would call a complementary set, and I just really like them. I think they're really, really nice. I think I've still got it out on the table from my class yesterday. That's probably where it is. But if you need to see it, I will find them for you. All right. So what I did with this easy way to stick it was to add a some glue dots. Okay, so I put a couple of glue dots behind here and in some of the spaces that have got like a little bit more busyness or a little bit more going on. So right, there's one right about there. So I've got one just here, and let's do another one up here. Sharon, are you crafting along today? There's another bit up here that's quite large. Okay, and then I'm going to pop that, and don't push it down until you're happy with the placement. All right. So by doing that, by having it just in a couple of spots and then leaving the rest, it's up to you. Like you could put, if you didn't want this to be flapping around, you could put a bit of Tombow, just a dot of Tombow on the back of that and make sure it sticks to the frame. But I kind of like it a little bit loose. I think it looks rather good. So just those couple there in the middle and then just let it sit on the frame. Okay, that's how I did it. It is really pretty, isn't it? Such a nice set. It's hard to make a ugly card with this set. That's how I'm finding it anyway. I think it's just a really easy one. All right, this is now ready to go onto our base. All right, where did I put the base? Here it is. All right, so I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this. We've still got to add a sentiment to this front, and then I'll show you how to do the fun fold in the middle in a second. Now, while I'm talking about this and gluing things in places and things like that, I do want to mention to you that after today, there is only 2 days left of the current joining special. So if you've been sitting on the fence and thinking about it, you haven't got a lot of time to sit on the fence, I'm afraid. You're going to have to take the plunge or decide it's not for you right now. Such a good deal, okay? So cool. All right, you spend in Australia, I'm giving you Australian prices, it's $169 to join, as it always is. But right now, until Saturday, you get $303 worth of products of your choice. Such a great thing. We love an elegant card, Julie. That's always good. All right, now also in your packs, you should have a little, I think maybe when I was chewing crumpet around, I've lost my circle. So there should be a little beige circle. And I use the Stylish Shapes dies, the second smallest circle, to, come on, where is it? I can always cut another one. In fact, sometimes it's easier. Let me just lift this up and make sure it didn't go under my mat. No, it's not. Who knows where it might be. That's okay. It was here when I opened this pack up. Oh, well, never mind. I'm going to put the vanilla piece aside, and these little scenery pieces, those go aside with the vanilla, okay? So what we need is a piece of, you've all got like a little basic beige circle, and you can stamp on, whoop, sorry, I went crooked. You stamp on the basic beige circle, but if you prefer, it's actually really easy. those out as well. It's actually really easy. I think it's easier to stamp first and then cut out after. All right. So on the front of the card, I used 2 of the greetings from the Beautiful Motifs. I used the I'm here for you always on the inside, and I used the You've been on my mind on the outside. So it says, You've been on my mind. They open it up and it says, I'm here for you always, which I thought was a really nice, thoughtful thing. Yeah, it might be on the floor. Yes, it is on the floor. Look at that. And now watch, I'll stamp it and I won't get it lined up anyway. What's the bet? I used for this Early Espresso ink, but you could use black because we have got black in the card, or you could use Mossy Meadow. Those would look good too, but I like the contrast of the Early Espresso. So I'm just going to ink that up, and then I'm going to stand up to get it in the right place and pop it right there on the circle. Now, if you don't have a circle because you're cutting up as you go, I would suggest that you stamp on your basic beige and then use your circle to cut that out. That's actually easier than trying to stamp on the circle. Although with photopolymer stamps, it is easier. If you're using rubber stamps, it can be really tricky to get it in the right place. Okay, so that's how I would go. Yeah, with a surprise inside. Exactly. And we love surprises, right? Well, some people like surprises. So this one now that we've stamped the You've Been on My Mind, this is going to go over this corner here. Now, because I haven't glued this down, if you want your leaves to kind of be on top, which I kind of like, then you can put that on here and the leaf will sit on top of it. Does that make sense? So I'm actually going to put a dimensional here on this side, under this side where it says, You've Been on My Mind, that side there on the left. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to add a tiny, tiny bit of Tombow on top of the frame. And then I'm going to put that there so that my leaf is just going over the edge. And I've got the greeting supported by the dimensional on the left-hand side. Okay, does that make sense? Look at that. I think that works. How's it going, Sharon? Am I going fast enough or too fast, too slow? How's it working? All right, so we have also in your kit, and I probably should have said this at the beginning, but when you open up your kit, be careful that all your little pressed flower motifs don't fall out because I've got several of those, but I've got 2. For most people, I've given you 1 large one and 2 small ones, unless you've got 2 large ones and 1 small one. So I'm going to put that down the bottom here on the bottom of the circle, and then I've got my one here. I can hear Cropper meowing. If I let you in, buddy, you're just going to jump all over the desk and it doesn't work. All right, just making sure I got all those pieces right. This is handy to fix up any little bits that aren't quite where they should be. All right, so that's how this should be looking right about now. Okay. Oh, he really wants to come in. Oh, you're looking for black dimensionals. If you can't find them, you can use normal ones. They will work fine. You just got to make sure you hide them. But black ones are good because, if I look sideways, I can't even see them under there because they're black. Okay, so they're very handy for that. All right. Now, our card is just a normal card until we make it special, and that's where our vanilla piece comes in. All right, so on my original instructions, I had this to be 13.8 by 20. All right. I think the ones that I sent out, though, actually, I think it is 13.8. Let me see. If you did it 13.8 or you did it at 14.3, it wouldn't make any difference. The important thing is the width. Okay. So from here to here is 20, and I've scored 3 times with my scoring blade at 5, 10, and 15, which gives me 4 equal 5 centimeter panels. Okay. Can you see that? Oh, where are my score lines? It's a bit hard to see, isn't it? All right. So when you put it in your scoring, and wouldn't that be the way? I just dropped my scoring tool on the ground. I'm having one of those days, aren't I? Never mind. Oh, well, you know what? I've already done it anyway. You can see. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So we've got 4 equal 5 centimeter panels. Now, if you're doing this in Imperial, you're going to need this to be 8 inches. So you can do 2, 4, 6, and then you'll have 4 2-inch panels. Okay, same thing. If you're doing this in metric, your DSP panels. So, okay, let me just fold these on the score line. So you're going to fold the first one towards you. Then you're going to turn it over and flip the other one the other way. So your folds are going opposite directions. All right. So that when you're finished, it should look like a W. Okay. Actually, it really should look like an M. That's how it's going to be when we put it into our. So you want the middle panel to be up like a mountain. So it's valley, mountain, valley. Does that make sense what I'm saying? All right. So you've got this one is going to get glued. This one is going to get glued inside your card. And this one, the one that's the mountain fold in the middle, is going to be up. I hope that makes sense. All right. So what you do is you get your scene, and what we want to do is we want to make sure that our scene is making a full picture from one side to the other, and that is correct. Okay, I've actually got 3 panels here, and these are 4.5 centimeters wide, each one, and each one of these is a half centimeter smaller than the length of this. Okay, so that they fit, these panels fit right here, like so. So I'm going to do them in this order. So this is the first one. And I'll show you a couple of different ones. Oh, Crumpet, stop crying. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so glad that makes sense. That makes me happy when I know you guys get it. Not that it's very difficult, but, you know, sometimes it's not that I think it's difficult. It's that I question my ability to adequately convey what's meant to happen. So it's more about my ability to teach it than it is about the fact that it's a tricky project. I wouldn't call this a tricky project. It's a pretty simple little one, but the products make it beautiful, right? All right. So then this one goes next. And you're going to make sure it's fitting inside so the score lines form the border around, so you've got a little bit of a gap. And that gap, I think, looks really great because it really makes it looks like a triptych, you know, where you've got your 3 panels of continuous pattern. It looks really good. And I'll show you a couple of different versions of this as well with cards I've previously made. All right, so quickly, while I was finishing off talking about the kit promotion, there are lots of reasons to join. The largest number, I would say probably about 90% of the girls in my team are their own best customers. They do it because they get a discount on every order, which is a worthwhile thing to have. And then I would say I've got about 10% of my team who are actually actively doing something with regards to, you know, whether it be making a little bit of extra cash or, you know, enjoying running classes or having get-togethers with women that they know, that kind of thing. Okay, so I do have like a small number of people who do that. The big majority of people are just enjoying being happy shoppers and doing it at a discount. So why would they not be happy, right? There are lots of advantages to joining, and I would suggest that you want to think about that because I think it's an amazing opportunity. And these really great deals, they only do them a few times a year, so not that often. So right now is a really, really good time to jump in. If you wanted to join, you can go over to my blog. I'll put that address up on the screen once more. Okay, there it is right there down the bottom, lookwatimade.com.au, and click the button that says, does it say join my team? I think it says join my team. So there is a joining button up the top of the page. Okay, so you can go and check that out, read all about it. If you have questions, reach out to me and let me know because we've only got 2 days left. All right, let me take that down. All right, so to attach this inside, we're going to be putting on this panel at the end. The 2 end panels are where the glue is going to go. So I'm going to start with the first one, and I'm going to put my glue all the way around just that panel inside the score lines. Okay, so we're just putting our glue on this panel, and then I'm going to line this up so that I've got the same amount of paper at the top, between the edge and the top, the edge and the side and the edge and the bottom. Okay, so I've got this centered so that it sits so that it has the same amount of distance on those 3 sides. Okay, that's how that works. All right, then we're going to open this. Once that's glued in, I'm then going to open this and I'm going to put glue on the other end panel. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other end. All right, so we bring this down and same thing, same amount of distance at the top, the bottom, and the side. Oh no, can everyone hear Crumpet crying? That's no good. Or is it just me that's hearing that? All right, so when you've got these, you just need to make sure that if you're using Tombow, that it has time to dry a little bit, okay? And then you'll see how that sits. All right, so this piece goes up in the center and it doesn't quite sit flat because these 2 ends are slightly shorter. So by positioning them as we have, it actually makes the front, the top, the middle bit pop out a little bit, okay? And so when you close it though, it does actually close all the way close and fits inside a standard card. And you can see how can you see how it's folded in there? Okay. That's how that goes. I like at this point to grab my bone folder and give it another, like make sure all the folded edges are sitting. They sit better if they're folded flat. Okay, and that's how it's going to sit. So you could sit it like that on to display, or you could have it opened up like this to display. If you wanted a greeting here, like I said, I've got You've Been on My Mind here on the outside. I just realized I've lost one of my little guys. Let me put him back on. Okay. And then on the inside, I used the other one, which was I'm Here For You Always. And I'm going to use the same ink that I did before. And I'm going to put that on that piece on this side. Just make sure I do it straight. It would be a nice card to send to somebody to say that you were thinking of them, or, you know, if they've been through something difficult. Let Crumpet in. You don't mind fluffing your glue? Oh, I know. Well, normally he's not. I think I was wondering if he's not feeling 100% well because, yeah. But I thought he might have gone to see Merlot because Merlot's fast asleep on my bed. So I thought he might have gone out and hung out with him, but he has not. And there we go. We've made our card. The card is done. So it's actually a very easy card this month, I think. It's certainly nothing particularly... Sorry, I am going to have to let him in because he's banging on the door. Goodness me, Crumpy. What's going on, buddy? Oh, yeah. He's definitely needy today. And it's quite cold. I've actually got the heater on, like the fan heater on me at the moment because it's so... Which he probably likes that too. It's just so cold in here today, which is a bit of a surprise because we've had some lovely warm weather, but it's not now. He probably notices Cookie's gone from the lack of noise. Like maybe he's noticing that. Probably just the quiet. That might be more of it. All right, so here's a couple of different versions of the card. So this is another one with a different picture from the same paper. The paper is beautiful, you guys. If you are looking for a beautiful paper, it's called Beautiful Gallery. It's 6x6. The number is 165196. Okay, and it's got some that look kind of like wallpapers and things like that, but you know they're just very painted looking. I love this one with this gorgeous rose. There's a couple of really nice rose ones. I love this too. Very botanical looking. I think that's beautiful. What's on the back of that? Oh, that's more paintery kind of thing. It's just stunning paper, and that's just a small portion of the pack. I've got so much of it, and I've put a lot of it into the bags. I mean, you could cut these up and have those as scenes as well. So you like the insert? I know it makes it a bit special, doesn't it? Because you don't know that it's a special card until you open it up, and I think that's kind of nice. So there's a couple of examples, and I think, let's see, this one I did a different scene on the inside. I didn't put a sentiment on this one, but that one's this is also from the same paper, like a little sketched little sketched village. Kind of pretty. Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it, Elaine. That's fantastic. So happy. That makes me very happy that you like the card. So, of course, don't forget, if you want to be part of next month's cards, so the June Craft-Along, you'll need to make sure you've ordered with me in May. And it's just $60 or more in May that you spend in my online store. You can purchase any products, nothing specific, just anything you like. And that automatically qualifies you to receive the supply pack next month, and also the tutorial, which will be a written tutorial as well. Okay. I'm not doing all the alternate cards that I used to do. I've decided to pull back on that, and I'm just doing a little bit differently now. Oh, hey, Cherie, nice to see you. Lovely to have you here. And then next month, who knows what we'll end up doing. I think we're going to have a visitor. Sorry, Yesy. Goodness me. What's going on there, buddy? You like the cards? Ah. He's all about the attention today, isn't he? Goodness me. So we've got these, and then we also have, I'm so sorry. We also have new products and all sorts of other things going on at the moment. So who knows what we'll have next month. So you just need to make sure, if you ordered with me for my incentive while I was away, those will be coming out very shortly. And then also, it's not too late to order in May and to get the June craft packs. You've still got today, tomorrow, and Saturday to get those orders in for that. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions for me before we head off? You like the leaf version? Yeah, I prefer the leaf. I did the leaf after. I did this one first and then did the leaf and decided I preferred that. I had also done it the other way, which was with the leaf in black and the frame in a different color. So like I said, I've made a lot of these. I'll have them to use for something. You love to see him. I know you guys like to see him, so that's why I don't feel too bad. But now that I've finished creating, I'm feeling better about him being on here because it makes it easier. I don't have to concentrate as hard. So I'm just trying to think what else I have to tell you right now. I've got the Zoom class tomorrow for anyone who wants to be part of that. Go check out my blog and have all the information about that is there. Are you right there, buddy? What's happening? Goodness me. And then on top of that, we also have the new the sweet sale going on next month from next Tuesday. We have the joining special until Saturday, and also for anyone who's interested who loves their scrapbooking, we currently have the virtual album retreat available to sign up. That information is also up on the online store. And if you have been interested to know what sort of pages and layouts you'll be making as part of that class, they're all shown there month by month. Okay, so the class is called Month by Month Virtual Album Retreat. Your that's running around as well, Donna. I know. We just talked about that earlier, Cherie, and different people had some different takes. I need to go back and actually familiarize myself with it before. Let me look at you guys because I just realized you're looking at my cards, but sometimes it's nice to actually look at each other as well. And I know that I can't see all of you, but that's where tomorrow I get excited because the Zoom class tomorrow, I get to see you guys as well as you being able to see me. So that's pretty exciting. Does anyone have any questions? The poor seal of approval. Yes. That's exactly right. Lynn and Cherie said the same thing. That's fun. All right, you guys. Well, I think I'm done for today. I hope that everyone's enjoyed that you had a good craft along. Remember, within the next hour or so, all the details will be up on my blog. If you would like to purchase the written tutorial for this, I did one last month. I wasn't going to, and then someone requested it. So then I did do them, and I actually had a couple of people purchase them. Just $8 for the tutorial for this card. So, yes, well, you don't worry too much, Lynn. We can't see your desk, and we're going to be looking at you, not at your desk. I'm probably the only one that actually has to have my desk tidy because you need to be able to see what we're making. So that's a bit excitement. That's a bit of exciting news for you guys. So hopefully I'll see many of you tomorrow. Of course, month's nearly over. So happy June for those of you. And I will be live again on Friday night as well. So the Zoom's tomorrow, and then tomorrow night we've also got the live. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you all soon. Have a really lovely day, and I'll be back with a new project for you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.